That line of Harleys are pretty nice out there. I realized coming in that Harleys, they only go like about 50 miles an hour down the road.
I'll bet you couldn't keep up.
Walking. Yeah, no, I understand why. It's because they see all the parts falling off. They get to see where they fell off. I get it. No, my name is Tony Gonzalez. I'm a family friend, and we're here today. He used to be. This is gonna be fun. We're here to celebrate old Bob Kingers. Today's his heavenly birthday, 72, right? And if you get a chance, make sure you sign the book here, the memory book. Right? I am standing. I wish I had a podium, but it's okay. I can do this. All right. It's tough, but I'm going to get through it, guys. Bob, he had enormous capacity to give of himself. Many people would tell you that Bob became a mentor and a father figure in their lives. He listened and he consoled. Bob was a friend. Bob was one of those individuals who was a protector and a mentor. I too had that experience. Growing up in Merced was challenging at times. During that time, I felt invincible and thought that boundaries were far off in the distance. I found out quickly that Bob's love for his kids was immense and knew no bounds. Bob was also protective of his kids' friends, especially Raquel, who was my girlfriend at the time, but now my loving wife. I have countless stories about the time I spent with Bob and the great conversations that just felt good. But I also have stories about Bob where he just put me in my place. For those of you that know me, I was immature and tended to take friends and relationships for granted. One time, I was picking up Raquel from Bob's home in Merced, and he was just home hanging out. I pulled up in my car and honked from outside. 5 to 10 minutes went by. She wasn't coming out. Little did I know, Bob told her not to. Honked again. This time, Bob came out. And for those that know Bob back in his day, he was pretty intimidating. Come out. He was heated. Next week. I learned very quickly it's not appropriate to just pull up and honk the horn, expecting
That's why I stopped under the door.
expecting the girl you care about to just respond and obey. Instead, he made it very clear that if I wanted her to come out, I was going to have to come up to the door and ask for her. That lesson stuck with me, and I've never made that mistake again. The reason for that one story of many is to remind us that no matter what is going on, Bob always emphasized the importance of respect and love for one another.
Yes.
I will forever appreciate that about him. We're going to miss you, Bob. Your decency, sincerity, and kind soul will stay with us forever. So through our tears, let us see the blessings of knowing and loving you. A great and noble man, and the best father, son, uncle, grandfather, and friend anyone could have. Yeah.
All right.
With that, that's my little story. It kind of encapsulates what I experienced with him. And I think it kind of measures what a great guy that guy was. Next up, we want to introduce Hannah Santos to read the obituary, if we could. Okay.
The best role model, mentor, supporter, papa, the best father anyone could have. It is with deep sadness that we announce the passing of Robert Bob Wayne Kingers, age 71 on April 8, 2025. Bob passed away peacefully, surrounded by family in Fort Mojave, Arizona. Bob resided and retired in Keno, Oregon for the last 20 years. He was formerly from Merced, California. On July 13, 1953, Bob was born to George and Sarah Kingers in Merced, California, the second son of 3 boys. Robert, known to many as Bob or Robbie, graduated from Merced High School in 1971. Bob dedicated over 30 years of his life to working for Union Pacific Railroad before retiring in 2005. Bob took much pride in raising his two surviving children, Katrina and Carl. Bob was a devoted family man that enjoyed spending time with his family. Bob dedicated his life to being a beloved father, grandfather, brother, son, and uncle. Bob's greatest honor was being a great father and grandfather, aka Papa. Bob enjoyed riding Harley-Davidson motorcycles, going to NASCAR with his children, watching football, playing poker with friends and family, listening to music, loving his Rottweilers, and watching his grandbabies play and grow up. He loved to tell stories from his younger days and often laugh at himself. He had a sparkle in his big blue eyes, a kind smile, and he had the best laugh in the world. He loved to be a jokester. Bob is survived by his two children, Katrina Travis Hampton, Carl Kangers, his brother Philip Kangers, 14 grandchildren, 4 great-grandchildren, and several nieces and nephews. He was preceded in death by his mother Sarah, his father George, and his older brother Stephen.
Good job, Hannah. Thank you very much. You did great. Would anybody else like to come up and say anything?
Damn right.
Yeah, let's get up here.
There we go.
The floor is yours, sir.
Well, for those of you who don't know me,
We do.
a lot of you don't because you're too damn young and I'm too damn old. But I'll tell you one thing. That man said Bob was a hell of a family man. But I'll tell you something else. When we were young, he was a hell-raising son of a bitch. Yeah. Now there's lots of people you might fuck with, but Bob wasn't one of them. You know, I can tell you lots of stories about Bob. He had a Monte Carlo, as I remember. He came over to my equipment yard, decided he was going to drive around it, and it was muddy. He rented up my fucking yard for 6 months. You'd get in that car with Bob. Bob was back in those days. Later on, it was different, but back in those days, he was pretty soft-spoken. You'd get in the car with him, he'd turn the damn radio full blast, and he'd go. Now, I was raised around driving tractors, right? So I missed all that. I'd have to reach over there and turn that damn radio up. I said, Bob, you're either going to listen to the radio or you're going to talk. You can't do both. We rode to Mexico, me and Bob. So we hit the Mexican border, and they got all these little Mexican kids. And Bob said, yeah, I got my muchachos here. Boy, they're taking care of me. They wiped down my windshield, and they did all this and gas. I said, I don't know, some bitch put gas in my bike. So we take off. So Mexico, the road is 8 foot. That's all it is. It falls off. There ain't no shoulder. It ain't nothing like you can pull over. So Bob did pull over. He said, son of a bitch, my gas cap's gone. I said, well, you didn't pay them boys near enough, I guess. So we take off, we go into town. Bob wanted the best. Not me, I sleep in a $12 motel with no hot water, but Bob wanted the best. So we got a good place, we was up on the 2nd floor. So Bob's really stressed out that he's got no damn gas cap in Mexico. There ain't no Harley-Davidson dealers in Mexico. Harley-Davidson gas cap isn't a gas cap like in a car. It's a specialized son of a bitch. So Bob's stressed out. He don't know what we're going to do. So we're up on the 2nd floor, and the next morning we get up and I look out there. For those of you who don't know Harley-Davidson, so the tank's like this, you're sitting on like this.